Hello and welcome. Today's core class is really coming from a request that was put in that I do just a beginner's core type class. So what I'm going to be using today is I am going to be using 45 on, 15 off in the circuits, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using a small loop band, and I'm going to be using a 4 kilogram weight and a 2.5 kilogram weight. But for beginners, they can do it all without the weights and without the band. So it's up to you what you're going to do. So again, core work, it's all about keeping my zip and my hollow on. That's from hip to hip, so those long trans abs muscles going from hip to hip. And then about the belly button being pulled in, and about my rib cage being pulled down each time. And then I'll be working through your obliques as well, and all those core muscles and through the arms. Okay, so what you'll need is enough room to move about in, a mat, because we'll be getting on the floor. I suggest a bottle of water, which you can take whenever you want. So again, I will be upgrading some of those exercises for people who just want that little bit of extra challenge with that small loop band and with those weights. Let's all get started together though on that warm up. I'm just going to do a roll of the hips. Lovely, good. So getting that roll of the hips, and I'm already got tension on my abs. Then the other way. Lovely, good. I'm just going to do a little side squeeze. My knees are just slightly bent. A little side squeeze, just to get those obliques thinking about what's going to come. A little reach down. Lovely, good. I'm going to go to the side with a straight leg, tipping from the hip. So again, abs pulled in. I'm just going to go the other way, tipping down over and coming back up. Dropping down and back up. Lovely, good. I'm just going to go down side to side. And again, abs are pulled in, push your bottom back and get used to pulling your shoulders back and down. Lovely, good. I'm going to do a little reach out with that as well. So that little twist through the waist. Feel that you are really dropping through the legs. I'm going to do one more. Lovely, good. Okay, arms just up. And feel that rib cage coming up and out. I'm going to do a squat in the middle here. Knees underneath my hips. And a little knee lift. I'm going to extend that knee lift into a little kick forward with the heel. Feel it on the hamstrings, it's not too fast. My core's pulled in, stops me from leaning backwards. Hip flexor works to get the knee up, glute to get me out of that squat position. And core always pulled in. Lovely, good. Okay, well done. I'm just doing a little step touch here. I'm going to come out and back. And this time, I'm just pulling back. So you're getting that squeeze between the shoulder blades. Lovely, good. Stay wide here in that wide squat and push up. Lovely, good. Drop and squeeze up. At the top here, I'm pushing my glutes forwards and pushing my hips slightly forward, but not leaning back, so I've got my zip and hollow on. Lovely, good. I'm just going to do a little roll. Just around the front, just nice and loose. Then the other side. Just softening that knee on each side. Then roll them both in. They both roll in, but you come up on your toes and get that open ankle. Feel it in the calves. Well done. Give it a little shake off. Are we ready for our first circuit? I'm going to use the small loop band for this. Now if you want to do that, do it safely. You can sit down to do it. Put it around your ankles. So again, it's going to be on a long lever. Don't want to use the band, you don't have to. It's going to be a squat and a lift out on one side. The other side is really keeping me nice and steady, and my zip and hollow is on. Out of that squat, leg lift, out of that squat, the other side. Are we ready? With or without those loops for me, please. Here we go, first minute. Dropping down, up and out. Lovely, good. Drop and lift. Feel that work, not only on the leg that's lifting, but also my stabilisation leg. My slip and hollow is stopping me from doing a lean over like this to get that leg up. So keep it strong each time. Lovely, good. Again, doesn't have to be done with the bands, but if you want that extra challenge, it's that lift. 3, 2, 1, good work, well done. Again, with or without the band, see my front leg is soft, I'm coming up out of my hips, my slip and hollow is on. It's going to be a back leg lift, straight. The front leg really has to work, because that's where my weight is the whole time. And I just tap, back to the floor. My lower back does not move, my core is pulled in. Lovely, good. And you can really feel it on that other glute there. Lovely, good. Up. Lovely. Slip and hollow on, hips facing down, core pulled in nice and tight. All that weight over that front leg, so that glute is really working for me. Lovely, good. Are we ready to do the next set? The squat, lifting out side to side. Can really feel that work on that glute. I was forward on that leg the whole time. My slip and hollow was on. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Into your squat, get me that lift. Lovely, good. So really feel that as you come out of that squat, your weight's on your heels, and you get that lift. Up and out. Lovely, good. Each one working that glute to get up, outside thigh to get out, across my trans abs here, pulled in nice and tight. And well done, lovely, good. So I'm going to come onto that front leg, lift the back leg. So I'm here, I've come up and out of my hips, know it's straight, keep my slip and hollow on. Remember, the front leg will really build up work here, even though I get a little lift here from my back leg, my back glute. Try not to bend at the knee as it gets tougher to do. Lovely, good. Those people without the bands, remember to really keep control of that glute lift and the drop as well. Weight over my front there. That lift. Good work, well done. Okay, just safely take those loops off. And my next one is going to be with the weight, but you don't have to have the weight. It's going to be a down, a come up. The weight here, or you can just do me an arm lift. Go back down, my knees are forward, come up, and can do a lift or a drop back if you've got that weight. Okay, so choose the weight or not. I'm going to go for just the one, 4 kilogram weight. Nice wide squat outside my hips, feet parallel, slip and hollow on, shoulders back and down. I go down to the outside of that knee. As I turn, I get that squeeze, get that little bit of tricep work. Let's get that lift. Lovely, good. Give me that lift. The other leg is not turning. I have to turn the hip. I have to keep my abs pulled in to do it. All the way over, drop it over your head. Up and over. Lovely, good. On this next one, I'm just going to lunge back into a lunge position and do a turn with or without a weight. I'm going to keep the same leg each time. So it's that drop down, turn over the outside, and then come stand back up. Drop down, turn over the hip. So you can have your hands together here, just in that little position, just hands together, and you'll really still get that squeeze. Core pulled in at the front. Remember to bend that back leg so that your shin is parallel to the floor. And you get that squeeze. Good work. Well done. I'm just using the same leg each time. Last few seconds. I'm controlling that drop and that turn. Good work. So again, with or without the weight, I'm going to do the wood chop to the other side. So outside of my hips, my feet are parallel, my core is pulled in, give me that support. Drop down, my shoulders are back and down, coming up over the head. Again, if you just want to go with no weight, you can, but really get me that turn. Really think about here, you get the turn, the zip and the hollow on, the glutes squeezed. Lovely, good. Outside of that knee each time. Good work, well done. I'm back to my turn. It's going to be the other leg forward. So I'm coming back down into that lunge and then over the front leg. Drop down into your lunge. Give me the squeeze. Come, stand back up. Down. Lovely, good. And come back up. That's it, keeping your balance each time. Drop, give me that squeeze. Elbow goes behind the waist. Dropping down. Up. Go down. Give me that squeeze. And good work, well done. I'm going to step out on one leg. Now you can get used to shoulders back and down, stepping out on one leg, and then if you want to, you can get me that lift. So it's going to travel with me, or no weight. You can just be going down, push back, give me that little lift. Good, that core really helping me there to get back up. That's it, lovely, good. Down, push, and back up. Lovely, good. Down, push, up. Lovely, get me that lift. Down and up. Good. Down. Good work, well done. I'm just going to swap over to the other side. So with or without the lift, remember that bottom goes back, shoulders pull back down and in, the zip and the hollow on. Lovely, good. Stepping out, go low. Come back up, give me that lift. Lovely, good. Down, up, lift it up. Lovely, good. I'm going to change that weight just for a slightly lighter weight. And again, it does not have to be a weight in this hand. I'm going to bring that elbow in using my pecs here, and then this leg comes in. They both come in to the midpoint. So with or without a weight here, I've just dropped down the weight slightly to get that work. So remember those core muscles on your upper back as well. Lovely, good. Squeeze it in. So they only both come into the midline. So again, my obliques helping me, my hip flexor to get that lift, and then the squeeze in on the pecs. Lovely, good. Give me that squeeze. This can be done with or without a weight. Lovely, good. Back out that elbow, shoulder height the whole time. So you get that work through the shoulder, through the top part of your back. Lovely, good. Somebody's obviously very interested in getting me today. Same people each time. Lovely, good. And that was your rest. Good. Up on the other side. Into the center each time. Don't let that elbow drop. Squeeze through your pecs. Your core is pulled in because your spine is not going to drop. So it's not like a drop through from here. Keep it good. Into the center each time. Lovely. Give me that lift. Keeping nice and steady with that zip and hollow on. And good work, well done. Just before I get on the floor here, I'm just going to take a little drink of water and then we're on the floor. On my first one, it's going to be a tricep press up. Now, if you're doing the tricep press up with the challenge on, your elbows will be coming back. No matter which one you do, elbows are coming back, but my hands are very close together and I'm going to be in an incline. So I'm just going to use my own body weight for the first one, and then I'm going to take a weight with me on the second one. Really good. So I'm down here. So I'm going to show you the two different versions, whether you're going to do the more advanced version, which is the incline, or whether you're going to do me more of a box version, which is my knees and my hands in that box shape. So the harder one to do, thumbs are together, fingers are apart. I drop down into an incline position, my shoulders are back and down. As I do my press up, my elbows go back, and then I get a push up. Then my elbows go back, and I get a push up each time. Now if you want to do this in a box, core still really pulled in here, and my weight has to go over the front and back up. Here, it's mainly my legs doing the work. Arms don't have to do anything, but here, if you get right over the front in that box position, you do have to move forward on both of those. And then we're going to go into a bird dog. Leg out, hand behind your head. Now, with good core one there, squeeze through and back out. Squeeze through and back out. Now, if you want an extra challenge, you're going to take the weight with you, squeeze through, back out to straight. Squeeze through, back out to straight. First one is going to be our tricep dip. So, go into your box, zip and hollow on, belly button into spine. Hands, I'm going to do the incline version. So my elbows come back. It's tough on my pecs and then on my triceps. So I'm going down, I'm controlling all of that. I'm not sinking through the middle. If you're new to the exercise, you might want to start on the box one. But your weight still has to go forward and your elbows have to go back. And then it's your triceps getting you back up each time. Good, do that lift. Lovely, good. You can feel it now in the triceps, getting us up each time. Really think about that belly button being pulled into the spine as well. Lovely, good. With or without the weight, I'm now in a box. Opposite arm to leg, you can have your hand behind your head like this here. Tuck it under, bring it back out, or you can take the weight with you. Okay, so my elbow and my knee keep in contact, then I go straight out. Lovely, good. So long extension on both my leg and my arm, which is really going to challenge my core. Lovely, good. So shoulder strength, remember we were saying about that core strength is all around the middle of that body, not just your abs, it's that upper back as well. Lovely. Getting it out each time, tucking it under, kick out and use that glute. 3, 2, 1. Good work, well done. Ready for our second set of triceps, either in your box or if you feel that you can do that, challenge that incline one. Great, go for it. Okay, down. Forward with the chest. Drop as one unit. That's it, good. So I'm down, I'm up. Lovely, good. Get me that drop. Pushing up all the way, really locking those elbows up at the top. Core pulled in nice and tight. Lovely, good. Down and back up. Good work, well done. I'm just going to change direction, but what you're doing here is remember that bird dog, so I'm in my box. I'm going to take the weight with me, but you can just have your hand behind your head. So it's here, squeeze it, and then I put it out the whole way. So when I've got that arm out and long, if you're doing that extra bit of challenge with the weight, is that you can really feel that your core has to keep you nice and straight. Your glute is working, your hamstring, you will feel that whether you've got the weight or not. It's just having that long lever out to the side, just going to challenge my core a little bit more. And again, you can have no weight. So I've just got my hand behind my head and I get that squeeze and I get that out. So again, if you go to the end of each of those movements, you'll really feel that core is keeping you in control, glute and hamstring having to work. Lovely, good. Good work, well done. We are moving on, and I'm going to get down onto the floor and lie on my back. I'm going to take a weight with me. Now, lots of ways of doing this. What I'm going to do is, I am going to put the weight over my head. So when the weight is over my head, I have to think where my rib cage is. It's being pulled down into my waist with my abs, with tension here at the front. Then I've got my belly button pulled in, and then I've got my zip and hollow on as well. So I'm going to put the weights up over my head, and I'm just going to use the double set. So I'm going to use both of them, the 2.5s. Get another one, there we go. Okay, so as the weights go over your head, your rib cage stays down and in. Now, beginners might want to just keep your feet there. If you're more advanced, what you want to do is out. Lovely, good. And then in. And then out. And then in. And then I'm going to bring it down to obliques, out and up. And again, they have to go out at a diagonal. Lovely, good. So it's all about this whole set of muscles, shoulders and lower back included in that. Lovely. Are we ready to go? Let's do those double weights if you want to. Otherwise, your hand's going to be just going over your head. I really want you to think about your rib cage, zip and hollow on. You can do it with a leg out. So again, as my arms go over my head, if you're used to the exercise, it's that one. And then we pull our elbows down just to the side of the waist. You can have your feet on the floor and concentrate on that pull down. Now, as the arms go over your head, remember your rib cage stays down and in. Really get used to keeping that rib cage down and in. It will really stand you in good stead for that flat tummy look, keeping that rib cage down and in. Building up muscles as well, almost that lat pull down, but my back hasn't come off the floor. Lovely, good. And in. Good work. Again, weight or no weight, up to here. Now, I'm going to go long leg out. What you can do is long arm out with or without the weight, and half leg. Half leg comes in and out. So, zip and hollow on, go diagonal, as wide as you can. So I'm thinking about my two shoulder points, and my hips, and my spine in between, all keeping down onto the floor. All my abs are tight to protect my lower back. Heck, a little bit of work here on the way back up if you've got that weight. And I'm going diagonal, so there is work going across my body here as well. Lovely, good. Out and back. Good work, well done. And back to those double weights. Here, if you want to concentrate on what your rib cage is doing in your belly button, or if you know the exercise, you want a bit more a challenge, you can be here with half a leg, and half a leg always opens up at the hip flexor, but not at the knee. Or if you're used to the exercise, you can go down. I'm getting it as low as it will go, so almost feel that I'm kicking with the heel. Lovely, good, and up and over. Lovely, good. Lovely, good. Feel that zip and hollow on. That belly button towards the spine. My shoulders are on the floor. They don't leave at all. My back stays absolutely steady, pulled in by those core muscles. Lovely. With or without weight, diagonals. And again, you can go half leg, or you can go full leg. Or you can do something in between that you know is going to challenge you. So you could go out with a full leg, back in with a half leg. Up to you. I'm going diagonals. I've decided to stay long on both sides. Lovely, out and back in. Lovely, good, out and in. All those strap of muscles at the front here, and also going across from that hip to that shoulder. Lovely, good. Okay, well done. We're coming up and we're coming onto our sides. And this time I'm going to work the sides in a side bridge. Now with or without a weight again, so I can just be in my side bridge. Things to remember in my side bridge are elbow and shoulder in line with each other. Bottom leg tucked under. I'm nice and straight all the way through. Now I want to have as little movement as possible through this shoulder. What happens is if people throw their hips up and out, I've moved my shoulder away from my elbow. So really keep it in line, keep your zip and hollow on, and feel that all the push is done from your under oblique here and the outside of that thigh. And I'm going to come up and down. Now if you want a little bit of extra challenge, I'm going to get a weight, drop, lift it out. So again, it's just that little bit of extra challenge if you want to, if you know the exercise. Okay, are we ready? Lovely, good. I'm going to use the weight and drop down and lift out. Squeeze it, feel that work building up underneath, keep on checking on your shoulder underneath if you're new to this exercise. Lovely, good. So I'm giving strength to the outside of that leg on the underneath, My core is keeping me nice and straight, balanced, and then that under oblique on the underside of that waist working for me hard. Lovely, good. I'm going to put that weight down and I'm going to come into an oyster position here. My knees are at the front, and again I can do this oyster here, keeping my hips to the front, or I can do it up on a bridge and I can still get that squeeze. So again, the work is going to build up. You want that extra challenge. The work is going to build up on that underside and here. If I'm on the floor, it's all about that glute, whilst my core is pulled in at the front, my zip and hollow is on, my belly button's pulled in, and I'm up or I'm down. Up to you. Now try and keep your toes touched together and your heels apart, so it will really get right into that glute and keep yourself supported. Lovely, good. Get me that lift. This is your last group of exercises. So we've got the bridge do on the other side and the open and close do on the other side. Lovely, good. So I'm coming over. Make sure my positioning is right. Long, straight, abs pulled in, shoulder underneath, with or without a weight. And again, I'm going to go long with a weight, down and in. And again, I'm not coming forward, using those core muscles of your lats to pull that arm down and in. Lovely, good. So I can be here, just coming up and down. If you're new to the exercise, I just come up and down and I feel that work building up, but also aware of my shoulder underneath. Lovely, good. So I don't bring my top half forward. If you've got that weight and you're doing that drop and bringing the two things together, really has to be your lats underneath your shoulder blade. A little bit on my obliques there, pulling it down. Lovely, good. Last few seconds. Lovely, good. Last exercise, that oyster. Here on the floor, keeping yourself steady towards the front with that zip and hollow on, then the glute really has to work. My toes together, my heels apart. Or you can do it for me in a bridge. Lovely, good. So I get a second go of that bridge. You can give it a go on the bridge. Then if you feel that that shoulder is moving about or aches too much, just bring your hips to the floor and carry on with that oyster. My outside of my thigh working for me if I'm up in that bridge. Lovely. My obliques underneath working, and then that top glute to get that knee up and out. Lovely, good. You have got 15 seconds of your last exercise left now. Good work, good job. Keep that core pulled in the whole time. Your back is off the floor. So get used to keeping that zip and hollow on, hip to hip. Lovely, good. Last few seconds. 3, 2, 1. And good work, well done. You come off that timer. I'm going to just keep that music on while we do a stretch out for me. So you can, if you've got a band there, you can put it around your foot, and we're going to get that hamstring stretch out. So I'm here. Now again, if you don't have a band, you can just pull on that there, or get yourself a towel and pull that in. But what I do want you to feel is that your shoulders are relaxed. Any pull in is done by your biceps. Lovely, good. So again, the leg is fairly relaxed in this. So I just keep on pulling it in until I get that most stretch that I can. Lovely, good. Then I'm going to release it back off in my hips. Same arm to leg goes out at the side. And then I'm going to drop that leg out. I can take my hips and my shoulder with it. So I'm now on one side. When it's got as low as it's going to go, it's still relaxed in that band. It's still just there, it doesn't have to hold itself up. It's in the band, weight is in my arm. I'm going to pull that band up and get that back of thigh, inner thigh stretch. Lovely, good. I'll just keep on bringing it up. So again, there's weight in this arm. Try and keep your arm in close. Don't have it sort of angled up like this. Remember, really keep that core pulled in. Lovely, good. As I come across the front, I'm going to take that band off. And I'm going to do a classic glute stretch. Down here, reach through for that thigh. Keep that knee open. Lovely, good. So again, flex that foot so you don't drop through your ankle. And bring it in. Lovely, good. I'm going to take that off. I'm just coming up to turn myself around, but you can just have that band on your other instep. So it goes around the instep, or your towel, or just hold on to that. There we go, up. Keep your hips in contact with the floor, and just feel you keep on getting that pull in. Lovely, good, release it off. Same arm to leg goes out, and just drop it out. And then get that lift. I've got that back of thigh, inner thigh stretch. You've just got that towel or something long that you can put around your feet. Lovely, I'm keeping the other elbow into my body. Okay, lovely, bringing that in, taking that band off, goes over, remember flexing the foot at the ankle there, and bringing that in for that glute stretch. So I really want to keep my knee open, don't end up with a sort of crossed over leg that you might be if you were sitting down and having one leg crossed over the other. It's out and it's open to really get that stretch out on that glute. Lovely, good. I'm going to take that leg off. I've still got hold of one leg. I come up to look at it. I pull my abs in. Leg goes down. I come up, and I'm going to come over onto my front, and I'm going to do the cat-cow position. So I'm here on all fours. So hands just underneath there, underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Come up and give me that push. So I've zipped and tipped my hips. Then that wave comes up my back until I stretch between my shoulder blades. My hands being pushed into the floor when I look between my legs, so get my stretch out on the back of my neck. Then it comes down and I drop. My elbows come back slightly towards me, my weight goes back slightly back. Okay, I'm going to do that again. Feels good to get that nice stretch out, that full back stretch, and then coming down and getting that push out. Lovely, good. I'm coming back just up into all fours, and then I'm going to come into that downward dog position. And again, use it as the upper back as well. So I've got my hands just forward of me, I've got my head in between my arms, and I'm trying to push my weight back. I'm really pushing up and out through your heels of your palms there. And that weight goes all the way down the backs of the legs. Then I walk my hands back, you can bend your knees here, and then I start to unroll. Just coming up. Keep that zip and hollow on all the way up. Lovely, good. Just get into that position where you're always conscious of what your core is doing for you, those trans-abs muscles especially. Okay, I'm just opening up here. That's it, lovely, good. Going to come up and just give me a little pull over. So my elbow is just above my head. I'm just getting that little pull down. Then on the other side. Lovely, good. I'm going to take that dip forward, like there, and I'm going to push my hips back. So here, you see, nice and flat. This is a zip and hollow is on. My abs are working for me. And then I can roll over and let my head and let my own body weight take me down a little bit further. So I'm reaching now towards my feet. Now really keep your zip and hollow on, so I'm going to ask you to come back, holding onto your hips there. And come up into that flat back position. So again, my shoulders are pulled back down. It's a flat back all the way through. I can still feel that stretch down the backs of my legs. Lovely, good. Now keep that zip and hollow on, because I'm going to come all the way up. So I've got that long lever of my top half coming back. Lovely, good. I'm going to give that roll around like we started here. And then just roll around on the other side. Lovely, good. Into the front there. Really feel like you've filled up the rib cage with air, and then that rib cage pulls down with those abs. That zip and hollow on. Belly button to spine, all the air's gone out, and give that little shake through, and very well done today. I hope you enjoyed that core. I hope it was good for you for your beginners. Me talking slowly through it, so remember you can leave a comment or you can request anything that you want from there. And those people who want the extra challenge, I hope you got it from your weights and with your small loop band. Thank you for being with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed teaching it to you, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye for now.